They come back. I have like $300 in my account. I was like, good shit.
We had gotten onto a specific website that I'm not going to say or plug, but they did online gambling.
I'm a little nervous asking this.
Okay, wait, like actually?
Yeah, like this is a deep, like kind of darkish question.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm locked. My collapse work's getting better, baby. And we're open. And we're good to go. And we're back, fellas. Welcome to the boys' house.
Round 2.
Episode 2. We definitely didn't just mess up a first recording. It was just testing. It's just a test run.
Yeah.
We were talking about how weird it is that every time we are setting up for this podcast that something strange happens outside.
Right outside the window.
Right outside this window that is Mason's facing towards, and to my right. Dude just driving a whole truck in the grass of someone's yard, which we've learned now is an apartment complex, which is even funnier.
Yeah, he's just ripping his ram on the
grass. Like, it's a whole yard. It's kind of wicked. So next episode we'll have another thing.
I'm sure.
A dragon, maybe. Naked people running outside on the street. I don't know. It's just.
I can't wait.
It's gonna be good. It's like every episode we have an update of what's happening outside the window. No turkeys though, sadly.
Yeah.
You ever think about where he's at? What he's up to? Do you think they found him?
I think they ate him.
Yeah, they probably got it. Well, they have to kill him, I guess. Can't just keep him to own. It's kind of lame. I'm not gonna lie right now. So we got chicken fingers before this. We went and got Kangs because we got a Cane's near us, and I'm gonna keep it a bean. It messes me up every time.
Really?
I don't know what it is. Chicken fingers, I know it's like, obviously it's just a grease finger you're putting down your gullet, but like, dude, do you have foods that just do that to you?
Taco Time.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Not Taco Bell, Taco Time specifically. It must be what I get. I get the crisp meat burritos.
Oh, those are so good. They slide down so well, bro. Oh, they're so good. Dude, I don't know. There's something about like greasy food for lunch.
Yeah.
It's so good, but it's such a bad idea.
You're on like a time limit before you're on the toilet.
Yeah. It's only a matter of time. Like, it's kind of tough.
We're just talking about poop again.
We're not going to bring up poop again.
All right. Nope.
No. We were close, though.
Yeah.
That was really close, huh?
We'll stop it there.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. We almost went back into poo talk. I don't know if you better have listened to the first episode, but it was, good 20 minutes of that podcast. I want to look at the retention rate and see if how many people are like, all right, this is probably enough of this. And dipped right around poo talk.
Right as it goes to poo talk, it's just...
Yeah, it just
it
probably shoots down pretty quickly. I wanted to ask you a question. It's actually kind of important.
Yeah.
Tackling this right off the bat. Something I've noticed with like our generation is that like we're not wanting to have kids off rip. You notice this?
Yeah.
Like it seems that like something happened or we all saw something where it's like we don't want to have kids. It also may be because like we're not making enough money. I don't know what it is.
I think it's the economy for...
Yeah.
Because it's like, well, we can barely survive by ourselves, let alone bringing a child in.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know if you've seen the prices of diapers.
Dude,
$45.
I actually, and I mean this, like, obviously I'd say I'm like pretty lucky to be where I'm at, but even then, I couldn't afford a kid right now.
I've pretty much beat out every adult that has kids, like in my family. I've beat them. I've passed them in age.
Yeah. It's just around our group, like our age, age group. Because it's so weird. I see, dude, people had kids at 16 and had homes at 20.
Yeah.
Like being able to like purchase a home with a child. Like, I don't know if you guys, what's the statistics of how much a baby costs per year? That's interesting. Because obviously you have diapers, you have formula, food, all that stuff to like, nurture a baby.
And like going out, like fun. Like you can't just...
No, it's locking in, bro.
Over a lifetime, for a middle-income married couple with 2 children, is $233,000. on average for like middle income.
Wait, a year?
No, in a lifetime.
Okay.
In 2017, though, when things were significantly cheaper.
I was about to say that's before anything else.
Yeah.
Like COVID was like the big change. Dude, but I don't know. This is also
On
something.
average, okay, so sorry, I don't want to do this again. Same study. So keep in mind this was 2017. Things were still significantly cheaper, but in 2017 it says that it was around $1,300 a month, which I don't know if you know. That's about the price of a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment in most states.
Yeah, that's kind of like on average. That's bizarre. Like I wouldn't be able to have a kid. I think like that. I think you could maybe make it work with help.
You could make it work, but it's like when I have kids, I want to be at the point of like I'm ready. I can do this myself.
That's like I think that's like really important, and that's like that kind of like I know we kind of like tipped our toes into like the whole pandemic, but dude, that was like. This is like what I've noticed from people, as messed up as it is, it either was like really bad, you lost family members, the worst possible thing that could happen for COVID, or it like completely changed your life and made you like spin in a different direction.
Yeah, like financially, a lot of people like did really well.
They did really well after COVID.
Because like either their job went remote, so they have like...
they get to stay home, dude.
Yeah, like, and that's still in effect, or like... I mean, obviously, there's like crypto at the time that was just banging.
Yeah.
And people getting rich off that.
There was
house value going
House
up.
value was the most insane. Like, that was the one that really blew my mind. It got me into, like, looking into being, like, sort of a realtor type, looking into how much I could make off properties. It's crazy. Like, looking into that blows my mind. And those time periods, like, I think about it now, like, the pandemic was 4 years ago.
Yeah, that's
like
crazy.
Around this time.
Wait, that actually reminds me. That's when we started hanging out.
Yeah.
My leopard gecko just died.
Correct.
And I was in my room, just sad.
Yeah.
I was like...
Lost the boy.
Yeah, I lost one of my pets.
Yeah.
And I was like on Instagram or whatever, and I followed you because we went to high school together.
Right.
And I was like, oh, he's Twitch streaming right now. And then I pop in, start chatting, and yeah, that's kind of where it started, and then it stemmed from there.
It is kind of weird. There was a point. This is actually, this is a good story because it tells about the beginning. During COVID is when I completely switched out friend groups.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of shrunk it, and I feel like most people out of high school do that. Like, your real friends will stick around after high school. We weren't friends in high school. It's very rare that you meet, like, a good new best friend out of high school. It's like homies you keep around.
Yeah.
I kind of shed so many, and obviously that's the time when I met McKaylee as well, around the same time as you, or, like, started hanging out with her, I should say. And, like, there was a week where we were with each other every single day.
Yeah, right after work, I'd just come over and week straight.
Yeah, and we
day.
would just trap in the basement. And this basement was the place to be, dude.
Yeah.
Stains that you wouldn't even know about, where they came from and stuff like that. So weird. That time was crazy. Like, for me, that was really, like, transformative. And I don't know, I just feel like people... That was like a make or break in people's lives. For us, especially for me, I was just out of high school.
Yeah.
I was the class just before COVID. And then the one after us had to deal with COVID right as they were like getting ready to graduate.
Yeah, I am so glad. Well, I was in college when...
Well, everything just went remote, right? Like, most classes went remote, and then that's just like, I feel like all those kids just cheated, bro.
Oh, so I remember the day it happened. I was in work. I got a phone call from the campus, and they were like, all classes are canceled today.
Yeah.
We're going to, like, figure something out. We're going to do this from home.
Yeah.
And I was taking, like, art classes for my degree because I was doing graphic design stuff.
Yeah.
And I had this printing class, and it was very hands-on.
Yeah.
And, like, we were physically, like, running this old printer, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just switched to online, and you can't do that stuff online.
It's no hands-on. That's the only way I learn is by doing it in person. So that must have stunted so many people.
Yeah, and then I ended up failing a couple classes, and then I was like, I'm done.
Yeah, just went dookie from there. That was a strange time, but also just like I grew a bunch. Like I feel like I don't know. There's a lot of like good stories that have come out of that because like you kind of had to be inside, so you were forced to be with people. Where it's like you haven't been with anybody. Okay, you have to like we stick by each other because I know you're not sick. You can't be sick.
Yeah.
If you were only at home and you guys were at home, then we would like it was like we didn't hang out with people for like the first like month, and then it was like really like test yourself before you go and hung out with people.
Dude, gaming around that time?
Oh, here we go, boys. Here we are. Actually, lock in real quick. You guys don't even know where the name The Boys House comes from. It literally comes from COVID era lockdown where we had nothing to do. I had a Discord account, never used it. But I noticed that all the boys had computers. At the time I had lost my job, I was working at the arena where the Jazz play, the Utah Jazz. And one of the first big celebrities in Utah to get sick was Rudy Gobert.
Yeah.
I lost my job immediately. I was like one of the first like big layoffs in the city. And so I went home. I was like, I just have to be here. Immediately hopped on unemployment. I felt like a piece of trash, but I had nothing else to do.
Yeah.
I couldn't find work at the time. So unemployment at the time was very broken. It was like they gave they gave you a lot of money, and it was like a cheat code. If you kept your job, people on unemployment were making more than you, and then it was not fair. But it's like, what else was I gonna do? I couldn't find a job.
Yeah, I was working as much as I possibly could because I was considered a what do they call them? Essential employee.
An essential worker.
Oh yeah, I was an essential worker, quote unquote, and I had like government like papers in my car in case I got pulled over during the pandemic.
Right.
To show the cop that I was traveling to and from my essential job, whatever. And I was working for 2 weeks worth of pay, and I was getting maybe $800. I was scrounging by. Hunter, $800 a week. And I'm like, dude.
Yeah, I was making like good enough money to purchase a computer. Yeah. That was my first thing, dude. Everybody had computers except me. I was an Xbox rat my whole life until like COVID. And then I bought a computer. I was like, hey, I'll use my Discord account. Hopped on Discord, and I was like, some homies wanted to play games. Oh yeah, we'll play some games. Didn't know how Discord worked. If you like make a call, it stays there forever as like this mini server that you started with a person. And we had so many of those. And there was this game mode on Minecraft where it's basically a survival world. We would all go in the survival world, but it's with a bunch of different people. And we built this like town in the very corner where like the border walls are. And it's like, we'd build a castle and we'd defend it, and we just kept doing that. And so we made this like little Tomorrowland server based off of we just called it Tomorrowland for whatever reason. I think it was because we were really into raving at the time, and like obviously Tomorrowland, but it was also because after 3 days the map it repairs itself and goes back to normal, and everything gets deleted. So we called it Tomorrowland. And so we made this little server. It was like, yeah, this is cool. And then I learned about making like actual Discord servers. And so I was like, we got to make a place where all the boys can reside. And that's like one of the biggest links of like finding friendships in our own bubbles. We had our own bubbles. I didn't know any of your friends. You barely knew any of my friends. But with Tomorrowland, with the Boys House, we linked all of them in together, and that's the Discord server, the Boys House, which is like our main like niche, just the homies type beat, you know?
Yeah, and we use it almost daily.
Yeah,
still.
We use it all the time. It's the reason we like made this, you know? And it's like it's very like on its own niche. No one can be in unless we know you basically in real life. Obviously, there's these friends we find online that it's like, okay, we'll let you in, but it's that's where we got our name from, and it's from that era, because gaming, dude, we got really into like video games.
I just remember playing like a bunch of Warzone.
Like
that was my
you're a big
game.
Warzone guy
Back then. Dude,
what about you, McKaylee? Why do you keep raising your hand?
I just don't want to talk over you.
Okay, you're good.
It was Quarantine Corners.
Quarantine Corners was the first one.
That started for me, and that was our Minecraft server, and that was the first time I had really gotten into like video games. And they threw me in the deep end. They said, "No, you're gonna get good." They threw me into hard.
Yeah, hard.
Like nothing else, like just hard, Bedrock Edition, and I would steal my little brother's Xbox and bring it into my room in the middle of the night so that I could play with everybody. Yeah. And then I'd get on Discord. I went to, where did we drive? We drove like 2 hours one day because I found a SteelSeries headset that had a mic. And I went and I got this little headset, like a fucking 2-hour drive, and I made Hunter come with me. You remember this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was in the middle of nowhere, dude. You know? Yeah, it's good. I mean, like, that whole time period, like, of gaming was so awesome.
Yeah. I got like 2 weeks off of work.
Yeah.
Because I had a desktop PC that was what I did my work on.
Mm-hmm.
And so they were like, no one's coming into the office. So they just sent me home. And they're like, come back in a couple weeks. You can pick up your computer. Because they didn't want to give me a laptop for some reason. But
why?
I don't know.
Just like, I mean, it makes sense. That makes sense. It was, that whole time for me was, a roller coaster. Yeah. But to the point where I am now, it's like, I don't know. I think it all worked out well. But there was a duality where like people really like were devastated by it, or it like changed your life. I don't know. I also just chose people to make really insane decisions.
Yeah.
Like, for me at least, I had to lock in, dude. Yeah, I really got into skateboarding around that time.
I think I also reached out to you. I was like, yo, like, let's skate, because I saw you post on like your Snapchat story.
Yeah.
That ramp.
Yeah, but like, no, that whole like me getting back into skateboarding era was so wild. I don't know if you do this, where you just get hyper obsessed over something.
Yeah.
Dude, it's obviously my ADHD, but I lock in for like a little bit, and you never know if it's going to be like a lifetime thing that you choose to do, or just like a little amount of time.
Like a little phase.
Yeah. Yeah, like, do you go through those?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of one that I've had recently. I mean, like things like kendama.
Kendama? Oh, dude.
That one comes and goes.
Yo, subscribe if you want to have Luke on the pod, bro.
Yeah.
We gotta have Luke. But no, kendama was my longest one. If you don't know, kendama is obviously, it's a ball and cup toy with the spike. Look it up. You know what I mean. I'll put it on screen. But I got really cracked at it because I started young. It was one of those things you saw a kid doing in the hallway. That's lame, dude. You look so dumb doing that.
Yeah.
And then you pick it up, you start playing with it. Okay, I get the idea. Like, this is pretty fun. Dude, I just never stopped. I think from like when I was like 13 up until when I was like 17, it was like every weekend I was practicing.
Yeah, I remember them just absolutely blowing up.
Yeah.
In junior high.
Dude, they got big. Like, I was a part of a club.
Everyone had one.
Everybody had one. And then it died, and I feel like it's kind of getting back again.
Yeah, I mean, there's a strong community out here.
The community is definitely getting bigger. I can tell. Dude, this is also something I wanted to bring up. Things that you were interested in as a kid, they just form at some point.
Yeah.
Two people with the same like ideas of things that you enjoy will mesh and it'll come together. Like, I started going to raves a bunch when I was like 18, obviously. And kendamas at some point, because I stopped just before I became 18, like playing every day.
Yeah.
And they meshed. Like, they started seeing them at raves. Big rave thing. DJs have their own pro mods and stuff.
Yeah,
it's like
wild.
Crazy. And then I was like, that is pretty gnarly. I grew up watching BMX, so I obviously watched like all of the old like fit BMX videos and stuff like that. Adam 22, huge BMX channel back in the day. Like, that was the deal. Like, that's what you would watch when you and your homies would link up, and then you go ride bikes. He started getting into kendama and like starting him hanging out with rappers. Now you have rappers playing kendama. You get these videos of like Wiz Khalifa, Mac Miller, Tyler the Creator, just these massive hip hop artists playing kendama. And it's like, that is such a niche thing, but it's like they combined it all and found a way to make it work. Yeah. Which is like kind of what we want to do with Superfake at the end of the day. Like, those two people, like, finding all these things and making it one big conglomerate is really cool.
Yeah, I mean, that's the vision for sure. I mean, me and you are both passionate about clothes, content creation, kendama.
Yeah.
We got like influence from skating,
Mm-hmm.
BMX, all that.
Yeah.
And this is just kind of our way of pushing all of our interests into one thing.
Into one thing, which is like important. Like when you have like all these ideas, at least from what like I've noticed, and they're just all out there and you don't know what to do with them, you feel like you're wasting time pursuing a hobby.
Yeah.
But it's like if you're able to like pursue something you enjoy while also having time for other things that are like what people quote as more valuable, if you're able to combine those and make them like one thing, dude, that's like the most important thing you can do.
I get that way too, where you get a hobby and you start spending a lot of time on it and you feel like you're wasting your time with other things.
Right.
Like
you're like, I could be making thousands of dollars fucking slinging Bitcoin or whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
But it's like, I'm out here trying to 50-50.
Yeah.
But it's like, dude, you could make that work somewhere else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's like, that's the idea, is like combining those things. But I love seeing that in nature. Like when you see somebody like you're a part of something niche, it's kind of like, okay, this is like dumb. I don't even know what a like good example is. Kendama, I guess, is one of them. But like, let's say you found like a new energy drink and you're like, this is like niche and no one knows about it. And then you see a celebrity like just like randomly drinking it in public and you're like, damn. You almost feel connected to it.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, I was almost there first, right? Like I remember going and seeing Lil Peep before like he was massive. And it wasn't just like, oh, I was there before the jump. Like my buddies listened to it and I was like, okay, I'll come with you.
Yeah.
And then I went and saw him and then obviously he started blowing up and then passed away, went huge. And then like there's that feeling of like being a part of that community before like they were there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hope that like people feel that way with like Super Fake, like being involved in it.
I know. Being like the product that people are like, I was there before it was cool.
Dude, it's so sick.
I'm excited because I truly do think one day our brand will take off and we're going to be successful. I genuinely believe that.
Yeah, there's people minting. We have like $10 tees. I don't know if this is one of them. This is one of them. So it's just the normal logo. They're keeping them packaged so because we do the numbered drops and they're just collecting each number. That's cool.
Yeah.
Like the fact that people are thinking that far ahead gets me so excited.
Yeah.
Dude.
This happened last time. I'm so sorry.
Dude, the alarm happened last time. I totally forgot. Have you ever had the idea of setting an alarm like 10 years in the future, dude? Have you ever had that idea?
I've thought about it, like just like a random reminder.
Dude, and dude, when it hits, it's crazy. Like a homie at my work was like, hey, I really hope I remember to invite you to my wedding. And I was like, oh, okay, that's funny. He's like, oh, I'll set a reminder. And it was like when he thinks he's going to get married. It's like, that's crazy. That's going to hit and you're going to be like, ah. But I was like, dude, how bad would it be if you were just like on the streets?
Like you're down,
dude,
bad.
You're not doing well. No wife in sight, dude.
All you have is your phone.
You have the same phone. You're like, oh. Do you call him?
No, he calls you. Yo, can I have like $10?
He goes, oh, a new person to beg? So good, dude. Do you do yearly plans?
I try to have a plan for everything.
Yeah, like a time frame of when you want to accomplish things.
Definitely.
I don't write them down. I think I probably should. It's all mentally, but I feel like writing it down is like the first big step.
Well, writing it down is super important because like we're very similar. And when I don't write things down, a couple days go by, it's gone. Even like I'll be like, "Oh, I have a design for a shirt that I really want to do." And a couple days go by, I didn't write it down, it's gone.
Yeah.
I actually have a question for you guys.
Yeah.
Do you ever smell something and it like fucking throws you back to a specific point in your childhood?
Dude, what are they? The dryer sheets.
Yeah.
Holy fuck. I was just walking down the street and got hit with a blast of dryer sheet.
Oh yeah, because the houses have like the exhaust
they have
pipe.
the vent, and someone must have cleaned their shit just then.
Yeah.
Because I got hit with it, and it was like, you know what I mean?
It smells
Tunnel
good.
vision. You know, like fucking what is it? Is it Inside Out, the Disney movie? What's going on inside of her head?
Yeah.
And it like zooms in, dude. It's just little me like next to the drying machine. Dude, it was crazy. I almost forgot I was walking. I was like so mesmerized. I was in that moment. Dude, senses are wild. It can really do some crazy shit.
The smell of when the heater kicks on for the first time.
Oh,
and
like
all the dust burns.
Yeah, dude.
That smell just like reminds me of like cold weather and like Christmas is coming soon.
Yeah, dude. That
Mine
is.
is my Prelude heater and Hunter's Prelude heater have both very different smells, but Hunter's Prelude heater reminds me of Lil Peep and snow, and mine reminds me of doing quote quote Brodies in the snow in my front wheel drive car.
Yeah, dude. It's good. I love that. I love that feeling. Like, obviously, nostalgia bait is, like, such a big thing.
Oh yeah.
Like, where people will use that to, like, gain an advantage over, like, if you want to get views and stuff,
Yeah.
obviously. But, like, it works. Because it's so, that feeling is, like, so fire. And obviously, like, this is also, like, another thing to kind of delve into is, like, people always say that, like, a certain generation of something is better, but it was only good because you were a kid.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, dude, it's like as simple as like people being, the most common one I hear is Saturday Night Live. Obviously, I never watched it, but like what people say is like, oh, well, this was the best season of Saturday Night Live. It's like that was the best season because you didn't have shit going on in your life, and you just it was the funniest to you in the time. That was like your type of comedy, and then as it moves on, like it's obviously like subjective. Comedy's subjective.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, I don't. It's crazy to think about.
Well, even like we kind of talked about this last time about clothing, like how it recycles, like the trend recycles.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can sell a lot of clothes or product just
Dude.
purely off of nostalgia.
Just off of holding it. Pokemon.
Yeah.
2020, let's run it back again.
Yeah.
That was a crazy time. We obviously had a lot of time on our hands, and
We got addicted.
dude, Pokemon cards took me and Mason on a ride, dude.
Not only did they get addicted, they also got people from other states addicted.
Oh.
We would go visit our friends in a different state,
Oh.
get everybody hooked.
Shout out Book, bro. I'm gonna say it now, the boy. I just have to shout you out. We got you stuck on. I don't know if you're still doing it. Love you to death. I took him once because I still had the bug in my skin at the time.
Yeah.
And I'm in a different town. I'm like, let's see what your game store has.
Yeah, because we ran dry.
We ran dry. Yeah, dude, we changed that dude's life, dude. And I guess he was just really addicted to that point.
It was a lot of fun, though.
It was good. It was a good pastime for when we had nothing to do. It's like,
Yeah.
just go crack some Pokemon cards. And we take turns, dude.
Yeah.
We just had a lot of time on our hands and some extra schmeckles. And we just went to work, dude.
Yeah.
And we would just crack packs, dude. All the boys. It was good.
Every weekend, like, oh, dude. I remember getting on KSL, seeing the
Oh.
scalpers on KSL.
dude, you know it's bad when you're hitting up local so you can get day of.
Yeah, well, like Target, Walmart, all those places, they started locking up their Pokemon cards.
People would wait there.
And people would wait there.
There would be
Like-
lines because every Tuesday at Target, I remember specifically, they would need to get, because the demand was so high, they would need to get employees, 2 separate employees, to stand in the aisle and hand out one at a time.
Yeah.
Or 2 max
They had-
or whatever it was.
And then even when it started to die down, there was still like, oh, you can only buy one Pokemon product at
Right.
a time.
You ever thought, let's just give her one more hurrah? I just, dude.
Yeah.
Guys, listen, this wasn't a time where we weren't paying rents or mortgages.
Right.
Yeah, but a pack here and there.
Any of us had car payments either.
Dude, there's just something about putting 3 to the back. You know what I mean?
The card trick.
Yeah, throwing out the energy and just fucking getting to work.
You get
Fucking
down to those,
trubbish. Dude.
you get down to those last few cards and you see some shiny.
Oh, you're like, no way there's a border on that, dude.
Yeah.
That's just it's just like it's like gambling for kids.
It's gambling.
It's gambling.
At the end of the day, I love gambling.
Yeah, dude, gambling. I had to stop. Oh, we have to tell the story. We'll tell this. Michaela, go ahead.
Mason has consumed so many Trubbish cards.
Yeah, he did for a while, and I think still. When was the last time you ate a Trubbish Pokemon card?
Well, quick side note.
Yeah.
I consume a lot of things. This is like my bit that I run in our friend group. I will just see something and I'm like, it'll be really funny if I just eat and swallow this thing right now.
Do you ever think about what that's doing to your tummy?
I don't, but it's usually just like paper, like straw wrappers, receipts. Today, we were at Raising Cane's and I was like, yo, like, can I get 2 extra toasts? And she's like, yeah. And then I pay, receipt comes out, I grab the receipt, eat it, and walk away. And then I just waited for my food.
Packed house of Cane's customers.
Not only did you eat the receipt, those taste like fucking...
Oh, they're bitter. They are bitter.
Mason told me inside the store, he said, receipts low-key kind of taste worse than streamers.
You know, like the streamers you hang up?
Like party streamer. Dude, he's like, no, those are like good.
I mean, we have a clip of me eating a streamer like
plowing through them. He's eating peanuts, packing peanuts.
Packing peanuts are edible. They're made of starch.
Dude,
they're edible.
See, okay, you know you have a problem with eating random objects when you gotta look up if they're good to eat.
Should I have eaten that?
Yeah. Anyways, okay, coming back to this, okay, there was a stint, okay, allegedly. We got into online gambling, allegedly, in Mexico, not in Utah. Never would do that here. It's illegal. But, allegedly,
in Minecraft,
we had gotten onto a specific website that I'm not going to say or plug, but they did online gambling, and there was a fun game called Crash. And if you guys have ever seen Crash, it's basically a rocket ship that could potentially, like, 1,000x your money. So you put in $1, you could get 1,000, or you could lose it instantly.
Yep.
It's a rocket ship that goes up and it keeps going up, and it could crash at 1x, 2x, 3x, 4x.
It goes up exponentially.
Correct. And I needed to buy something.
You're paying me back for.
I needed to pay Mason for something. He got me something I needed to pay him. I didn't want to pay you the full amount.
Yeah.
So I put in $1 and I said, it was like $20. I was like, yeah. I'll run this up to 20 and then you take it out in your Bitcoin or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, that sounds like a deal. It's like, if I lose it, I got to pay you whatever.
Yeah.
Start running it up. $2. Right on. $4. Let's go. $10. Oh, we're halfway there.
Yeah.
Dude, we ran it up. I got it to $20. I said, ahoy. Here's your money, buddy. And I was like, it's all yours. Mason couldn't let it go. He's like,
I couldn't let it go. I saw it was burning a hole in my pocket already.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
This isn't my money.
Yeah, this isn't yours.
Like, my $20 is already gone.
Yeah.
So I'm playing with funny money
now. Dude, this is stupid boy math. This isn't.
Yeah, this is boy math for sure. So I have his $20, and I'm playing with it. I'm getting a little, like, I'm pulling it out super early, like 1.5x.
Yeah.
So I'm getting like a few dollars. And then our girlfriends are there, and they're like, maybe you guys should stop.
Yeah, they were begging us to stop.
They're like, okay, like, you've made some money.
Because, like, we had kind of done pretty well at that point.
Just pull it out.
Yeah.
I was like, whatever. Like, fine.
Yeah.
They go back out to the car.
To grab something.
I can't remember what, maybe it was like a phone charger or whatever.
Yeah.
While they're gone.
Dude, you can't leave us alone.
Me and Hunter start getting giddy. We start like, we're like getting real, like, so giddy.
Yeah, we're getting hyped.
And he's like, rip it right now.
Dude,
press start.
Yeah.
Rocket ship goes up. And we're like,
this is bad. We had the laptop hooked up to the TV. Dude, the number is as big as we could get it.
Yeah.
And we're like, don't stop till 2.
Which is like, so in that game, it crashes like, it'll be under 2 most of the time.
Most of the time, but sometimes it'll go over 2.
And
So
then,
2 is a gamble.
yeah, for sure.
2 is a gamble.
And yeah, we held it till 2.
Yeah.
$40.
$40.
He's like, do it again. 80. Do it again. 160. And we just kept going. By the time they were gone for 5 minutes, they come back. I have like $300 in my account. I was like, good shit. And then we stopped.
Yeah, we
had to
stopped.
stop.
You have to stop after that point, bro. That was insane because we were full putting it in.
Yeah.
We were not like, let's half it and double and try to double. We were full doubling every time. And
Yeah.
I think it was just like Pokemon where one day we just stopped, and I think that's for the better.
Yeah.
Don't do that, kids. Hey, if you're
Don't
a
gamble.
child, don't even try it.
This is financial advice. Don't gamble.
This is financial advice. You will lose. You will lose everything. But yeah, those were charming times. Those are good things to look back on and be like, that was
fun.
That was fun. And it's good to have those experiences. Don't seek them. Just let them happen. They're gonna happen in your life.
They will.
They're just gonna happen. It's end of that story. You know what I mean? It's good times though. The apartment days. Me and McKaylee lived in what was essentially a loft, but that was our entire apartment basically.
It was a lofted, like, technically, you could call it a bedroom, but I think it was just a loft.
It was just a loft.
It was just a loft, but like the rest of the apartment was my brother's. He was helping me out. My mom had moved away and, to be honest, killed it being a mother. Shout out mom, dude. Mama Debbie. She killed it. Awesome job. She deserved to move. She didn't like leave us high and dry. We were definitely ready to move out.
Well, yeah, all of you were like,
dude, we were all...
You were the youngest, and you were, what, 19,
yeah,
20?
Yeah, 20. And I was doing fine. I was
Yeah.
like, go live your life. So she moved out to Florida. She went beach to beach, California to Florida her whole life. And she just loves being by the water and the palm trees. And I'm like, that's awesome. And sometimes you need a nudge from the nest, the baby bird needs to be thrown. And it was good. It really changed my life, But besides that, yeah, we moved in with Sean because he was the first one to get a place after moving out. Obviously, my other brother already had his place at the time. And so I moved in with him, stayed up there for a while, learned kind of quickly that, like, it is nice to have your own place and your own things. And then that's when we, like, grinded towards getting our own apartment. You got anything? You got any cool questions for the fellas? Oh,
Yeah.
You just got a nice smile going. What's going on?
It's kind of deep.
Okay.
I don't want to, like, switch the mood here, but
Oh, God.
I'm a little nervous asking this.
Okay, wait, like, actually?
Yeah, like, this is a deep, like, kind of darkish question.
Okay. I'm ready. I'm locked.
Would you still do all of this with me if I was a worm?
Okay. Okay. Well, let's break this down.
Okay.
I think we need to break this down. What? What? No. That's every question is a valid question. Let me cook this out. You're a worm, and we're still have a company.
Here's the context.
We even almost have a podcast, right?
Yeah.
I'm almost guessing. Okay.
So I wake up tomorrow.
So wait,
I'm a worm.
So it happens
At 12 tonight.
So we've already done all this. It's not like I found a worm and that's like we're starting a clothing company.
No, it's like, where's Mason? What happened?
Okay.
I'm a worm.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? What are your first moves?
Okay, I'm gonna figure out if there's something I can actually do with you.
Do you call me? I can't answer the phone.
That's what I'm saying. I gotta come get you. You can't drive. It's a lot of gas.
Yeah.
It's a lot of gas. We live kind of far away. That'd be tough.
Yeah.
You can't like hop on Adobe, cook out a design. Like what?
You would have to make the design.
I'd have to do that.
I could still be on the podcast, maybe on the table. with some leaves.
Can I ask?
Could wear you like a necklace.
What kind of worm would you be?
A night crawler.
Oh, a night crawler. So at night, you're tugging in the dirt.
Yeah.
Pause.
Yeah, I was like, you guys ever gone night crawler hunting?
We did not believe
You're like,
it.
what is that?
Yeah.
I was like, listen, we're out having a fire.
Somebody lost a jewel.
That's what happened.
Somebody lost a jewel. I don't know who it was, but there was a jewel in the ground, a black jewel.
We were
in the grass,
outside.
in the dark.
We were outside having a fire.
Correct.
Someone on their way to the fire dropped their little vape pen. You're like, where's my vape pen? And so we all pull out our flashlights. And I was like, oh, like in my head, I'm thinking, this is reminding me of when I was a child and I would go nightcrawler hunting before a fishing day. So I'm like, guys, while we look for this, do we want to go nightcrawler hunting? Like, what's that? I'm
Because
like,
Hunter has a different depiction of what Nightcrawler is.
yeah, he's got.
I'll explain that in a bit. I did not think that this was a real creature.
I was like, Hunter, they're these worms, and they are lightning fast. And
It's like, that's unreal. That's unreal.
they're lightning fast, and they're kind of strong. Like, they got some tug to them. Like, they can really, you know? So I don't know if we can, like, put a clip of a nightcrawler on the screen or
I
something.
might be able to find one of tugging as someone's trying to grab
Yeah.
it, maybe.
But yeah, they are these worms, and they're just really strong, really fast, and they only come out at night in damp grass
Correct.
conditions.
Yeah.
And you use them as fish bait, and they're great.
Dude, he showed us them as, I want to say children. It's not children. As a 16-year-old, 17-year-old boy, almost out in 18 adult.
Mm-hmm.
Me and all the slimes, the homies as we call them, had a game called Night Crawlers where my buddy...
I've played this.
Yeah, my buddy goes to the light switch. We block out all the windows. Pizza boxes if you want. And you get it as dark as you possibly can get it. And you make a circle, an arena, if you will, on the floor. Carpet is probably preferred.
Yeah.
We have done it on hardwood. And what you do is they have the homie go over to the light switch and turn it off and go, "When darkness falls." And then you put your arms, you lay on the ground.
You're a worm.
You're a night crawler. That's true. You put your arms at your side. You cannot use your arms to move. You have to use your legs and your head to roll around on the ground and demolish people in your path. And everybody had a certain buff about them. Like, I had a homie that would headbutt. My own brother would bite. So... So you get whatever you get, and you go until it's like, we have to stop.
It's a free-for-all.
People, bloody nose, busted lips, dude.
Broken
like,
tooth.
anything. It's all happened in Nightcrawlers.
Lacerations.
So when he goes, "Do you want to go Nightcrawler hunting?" I'm like, are we doing this outside right now? It's good. It was a good way of, learning that, because I would have never looked up on my own if that was a real creature.
Yeah. I don't know what makes these worms so fast.
Dude, when you told me this, I'm like, in my brain, they sprout some feet out and start moving.
No.
What makes them grip into the dirt
Dude,
and pull?
I don't know. You pick them up with your hands, and, like, you go this way, it's all smooth. It's kind of like a snake. You go this way, it's smooth. You go this way, it's like...
Oh, it's like barbed.
It's kind of barbed.
So
I think they just, like...
Oh.
Shift their body, and...
But they're so strong.
They're good at it, dude.
What's that guy from, what's that worm dude from SpongeBob?
The bullworm?
The Alaskan bullworm?
Is that not the same thing?
Dude, he's fast.
He's quick.
He's
Is he based off of a...
I think he's based off... Is a bullworm a real thing?
I don't know.
McKaylee on the sticks! We're so dumb when it comes to animals. Also, there's a new animal species drop every week, especially monkeys. I don't know if you've been up to date on this. There's a new monkey drop every week.
They're real. They don't look right.
Does it turn into a moth?
They do
He's under the
suppose that.
sea.
Hold on.
He's also, he's in the water, which we're, like, completely fucking forgetting.
Bollworms are larvae of moths that attack fruiting bodies
Doesn't
of
he
certain
turn into a
crops.
moth at the end?
Does he?
Does he? I could be tripping.
Does SpongeBob Bullworm turn into moth?
Oh my god. Wait, they're real.
Alaskan bullworm turns into moth. Look it up now. Ew!
Yo!
It looks like those gummy worms, the big ones you can buy online.
But it's a real worm.
I'm adding it in. That is awesome. I'm adding it. Hey, if you see it right now, I won. I'm gonna be honest because we're gonna eventually have this talk someday.
Yeah.
Like, what are your thoughts on AI generated designs?
Designs.
Yeah, as someone who you could potentially be making money off of what you make. Or and you do, but like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm talking about.
I see, like, AI designs. There's people that are making stuff with AI, and it's not very impressive.
Correct.
Yet. It's not that great. But I think AI can be used as a design tool.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can use these AI generators to make a certain, like, layout or a certain graphic, and now I now have a reference image to
Right.
use to make a design.
Yeah.
I think it's a great tool.
I think it is great if it sparks inspiration. It's like people who use AI to write descriptions.
And
in
also,
videos.
like, you can kind of tell when something's AI, and it's not as
True.
impressive. Like, if you're like, I'm selling a shirt and AI made the design.
Yeah,
like,
you don't want to.
you
You
want
don't
that-
want to boast that. I feel like
you want that hands-on experience, like someone
cooked this.
someone made this, and it's a lot more impressive and cool.
Yeah,
That's even how I feel about like buying clothes. Like I would much rather have handmade things than things that were made in a factory. Like I know yes, I'm paying more for it, but I know that the money I'm paying more for it is going directly to the creator of
Yeah.
this thing. And it makes me feel better about my spending.
yeah.
Well, yeah, because you're supporting like
You're not supporting a
Individual.
robot.
Yeah,
That
Yeah.
basically,
You're-
or
but you're-
someone who made a robot that can do all those things.
I agree with that. I think AI has zero street cred. Okay,
Yeah,
like nobody. I couldn't see anyone except for like an NPC person actually giving a shit of what AI has made.
correct. I think you're actually right. I think most people would be like, this person made this thing, and that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I see AI taking over like a fast food job. Like,
Yeah.
there's not going to be a person
Yeah.
there taking your money anymore.
And I think
That sucks.
it
but
sucks. Yeah,
I don't know. It's just with creative things, I feel like most of the population probably like it'll be cool for a minute,
yeah,
but people are going to value always like the artist.
yeah,
That's my take, and artists use that as an advantage.
yeah.
Use the tools you can.
Yeah. It's almost like if makeup. No, I don't know. I feel like that's kind of a bad example because people still use makeup that's used on animals. They almost don't care. Do you think that that's like the same argument? Is like people aren't gonna read into it. They're just be like, this is a cool design and buy it.
That's a good point. I don't know. For people like me,
Yeah.
I'm sure there's other people that have the same view as me.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like what I was saying with the brand thing. Like, I want the name brand thing.
Correct. Yeah.
I want, because that's quality.
Yeah.
I want the thing made by an actual artist.
Yeah. But like bulk of most consumers at like, Ross or
Yeah.
Walmart or whatever.
Exactly. That's
They're just
like,
picking up something that's on it and is like, I'm just gonna wear this.
well, that's also why like brands like, I don't know, there's brands like Puma
Yeah.
or like even some Nike, Adidas. None of the regular stuff is like cool, quote, cool to wear.
Yeah, they do this on purpose.
Because it's there,
Mhm.
it's accessible to everyone, but then you have like offshoots of these brands where it's like, oh, Adidas has like Yeezy.
Right.
Nike has this cool outdoor brand, ACG, or their Dunks.
And they do that as like it's almost like when
It's the cooler stuff.
It's like when Honda has Acura and they're like, everyone wants an Acura. Or like a better example, Lexus. Like, oh, you don't hear these like rappers being like, oh yeah, I'm in my fucking RAV4. Although I think Kendrick did say that.
Well, yeah,
I think Kendrick did say that. So,
whipping in a red Toyota.
yeah, it's kind of a bad example, but Lexus is what people think as like the luxury. You know what I mean?
So yeah, there's the baseline stuff that most consumers will care about, or not care where it came from, and then there's the next step up, which you can still be successful in that area.
Oh, absolutely. It's I think either way is a good way. And I think this is like a good way to like end this off. Is like, what is your thoughts on the sellout culture of like Supreme or like these big brands that they almost make a smaller batch so they sell out, so they seem more important? Do you think that that's more important than maybe making it more accessible to more people and in turn making more money? Or do you think holding that hype is more important?
I don't know. For us, like, we have small batches
because it's all we can
that's
afford.
all we can afford.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it kind of creates like this real hype for our drops.
Yeah.
And then there's Supreme where it's like fake scarcity.
They're doing it on purpose.
So I mean, it definitely makes like the value of their stuff go up.
Yeah.
I feel like we give a fair price.
Yeah. But at a point, it's like they are almost making more because they get to raise it because they're going to buy it anyways.
Well, also with Supreme, it's not like they're making their prices absurd either.
They're not absurd.
Their resale prices are the problem, which Supreme isn't making any money.
I know, that's what's interesting to me. It's like they already have an insane
Also, their
markup.
profit margins, just because they're so big, like, they're not spending, like, $15 a shirt to make.
Yeah, it's true.
On the other hand, we are.
Yeah, because we're just starting out.
Like, we pay for quality blanks, we pay for each colored print, but when you're so big like that, like, everything comes in wholesale, everything is just so cheap to make, and they can jack it up as high as they want because they're the name brand. And
right.
Yeah,
that's I don't know. I'd like to get to a point where we could just have as many things on the website as we could, and then people can just go and enjoy and actually be able to choose what they want and not be like, well, I have to get this.
Yeah.
So that's sort of the idea. I think that does it. I think we got there. This is a good one though. It's a good solid pod. We got a bunch of genres. Where are you off to?
Faded.
Okay, dude. Okay. I'm faded, sir. Hey,
shouts out to the boys' house.
Shouts out to the boys' house. Hey, we'll put that into the beginning. That's kind of fire. I think I have the actual clip from it. Shout out Fulcrum, bro. He's the GOAT. Thanks for watching. Thanks for enjoying. Thanks for consuming. If you made it to this point, holy cow, what a ride you just went down.
Yeah.
And thanks for sticking by for the second episode.
We'll see you next time.
We'll be back next week. Be sure to check out our shorts, even though you just watched the whole thing. But hey, maybe you want a condensed version and they're easily shareable. Go peep them out. That just about does it. This is a thing now.
Yep.
I don't know if you noticed.
I did.
Okay. Yeah, we're just going to keep doing that. All right,
Bye.
folks.
Bye-bye. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe.